Hi viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about signs and symptoms of malaria. Malaria is a disease caused by a parasite. The parasite is spread to humans through the bites of infected mosquitoes. People who have malaria usually feel very sick with a high fever and shaking chills. While the disease is uncommon in temperate climates, malaria is still common in tropical and subtropical countries. Each year, nearly 290 million people are infected with malaria and more than 4 lakh people die of the disease. To reduce malaria infections, World Health Programs distribute preventive drugs and insecticide-treated bed nets to protect people from mosquito bites. The World Health Organization has recommended a malaria vaccine for use in children who live in countries with high numbers of malaria cases. Protective clothing, bed nets, and insecticides can protect you while traveling. You also can take preventive medicine before, during, and after a trip to a high-risk area. Many malaria parasites have developed resistance to common drugs used to treat the disease. Symptoms. Signs and symptoms of malaria may include fever, chills, general feeling of discomfort, headache, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, muscle or joint pain, fatigue, rapid breathing, rapid heart rate, cough. Some people who have malaria experience cycles of malaria attacks. An attack usually starts with shivering and chills, followed by a very high fever, followed by sweating and a return to normal temperature. Malaria signs and symptoms typically begin within a few weeks after being bitten by an infected mosquito. However, some types of malaria parasites can lie dormant in your body for up to a year. When to see a doctor? Talk to your doctor if you experience a fever while living in or after traveling to a high-risk malaria region. If you have severe symptoms, seek emergency medical attention. How can you diagnose malaria? Anyone can get malaria, but people who live in Africa have a higher risk of infection than others. Young children, older people, and those who are pregnant have an increased risk of dying from malaria. People who live in poverty and don't have access to health care are more likely to have complications from the disease. More than 90% of malaria deaths occur in Africa, and nearly all of the people who die are young children. More than 80% of malaria deaths in the region in 2020 involved children under the age of 5 years old. What causes malaria? When a mosquito bites someone who has malaria, the mosquito becomes infected. When that infected mosquito bites someone else, it transfers the parasite to other person's bloodstream. There, the parasites multiply. And there are 5 types of malaria parasites that can infect humans. Signs and symptoms of malaria: chest pain, breathing problem and cough, diarrhea, nausea and vomiting, fatigue, headache and stomach itches. When do symptoms begin? Malaria symptoms usually appear 10 days to 1 month after the person was infected. Depending on the type of parasite, symptoms can be mild. Your healthcare provider will examine you and ask about your symptoms and travel history. It is important to share the information about the countries you have visited recently so that your provider can clearly understand your risk. So all these are the points about signs, symptoms and diagnosis of malaria. I hope you like my video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.